Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of testing us in ways we never imagined. Each of us, at some point, has faced moments when giving up seems like the easiest option. We feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and convinced that the struggle is too much. Pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, can be unbearable. It whispers in our ears that the easiest path is the one that avoids discomfort. But today, I want you to understand something profoundly simple and yet powerful. Pain is temporary, and quitting is forever. The moment we choose to endure pain instead of fleeing from it is the moment we unlock the door to growth, transformation, and success. Endurance over instant comfort is the defining factor between those who achieve greatness and those who settle for mediocrity. Instant comfort is tempting. It seduces us with the illusion of relief, and for a moment it makes everything feel easier. But that comfort comes with a price we often do not notice until it is too late. Choosing comfort over persistence creates a pattern of avoidance. It teaches your mind that you cannot handle challenges, that difficulty is something to escape, and that your dreams can wait. Every time you choose comfort over endurance, you chip away your potential. You may not see the impact immediately, but over time, those moments of quitting accumulate, leaving a trail of regret, what-ifs, and opportunities lost. Pain, however, is different. Pain is a signal that you are alive, that you are pushing beyond your limits, that you are venturing into territory where growth exists. Every successful person you admire has faced pain. Every athlete, every entrepreneur, every artist, every scientist, every leader. None of them achieved greatness without enduring discomfort. Pain is not an enemy, it is a teacher. Pain tells you that you are trying, that you are moving forward, that you are fighting for something meaningful. Without it, progress is impossible, because progress demands that we step outside of what feels safe and familiar. Think about the moments in your own life when you faced difficulty. Maybe it was studying late into the night while your friends were out having fun. Maybe it was pushing through a workout when your body screamed at you to stop. Maybe it was working on a project, a business, or a goal when every fiber of your being wanted to give up. That pain, that struggle, may have felt unbearable at the time, but it passed. And what remained was not the pain itself, but the strength, resilience, and skills you gained because you endured it. That is the essence of life. The temporary pain leads to permanent gain. Endure the challenge, push through the discomfort, and you emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were before. Quitting, on the other hand, is permanent. When you quit, the opportunity is lost forever. The dreams you abandon, the goals you forsake, the potential you never reach, they do not return. There is no rewind button in life. Every choice to quit creates a ripple effect. It erodes your confidence, undermines your self-belief, and conditions your mind to accept failure as the default. Quitting may feel like relief in the moment, but it leaves a deep, lasting ache that never fully heals. That ache is regret. It is the ghost of the life you could have had, the opportunities you could have seized, and the person you could have become. Choosing endurance over quitting means choosing a life where your dreams matter more than temporary discomfort. It is the difference between a life lived with purpose and a life dictated by fear. Ladies and gentlemen, endurance is not about suffering for the sake of suffering. It is about understanding the value of pain, embracing it as part of the process, and refusing to let it dictate your choices. Endurance is about perspective. When you face hardship, when you are tested by circumstances, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, you must remember that this too shall pass. Pain is temporary, but the rewards of perseverance last a lifetime. Every step you take through difficulty is a step closer to your goals. Every moment you refuse to quit is a declaration that you are stronger than your fears, more resilient than your doubts, and more committed to your dreams than to temporary comfort. Consider the stories of those who refuse to quit. Think of Thomas Edison, who endured thousands of failed experiments before inventing the light bulb. Think of J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Think of countless athletes who trained through injuries, exhaustion, and setbacks, only to stand victorious on the podium. What sets them apart is not talent alone, it is endurance. It is the choice to push through the pain, to resist the seductive pull of quitting, and to understand that discomfort is merely a bridge to success. And you, sitting here today, have that same choice. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to strengthen your character, to expand your limits, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Do not let the temporary pain drive you to quit. Do not allow fear, frustration, or exhaustion to dictate your actions. Pain will pass, but the decision to quit lasts forever. The triumphs, the victories, and the satisfaction of achieving something meaningful are worth every ounce of struggle. Endurance over comfort is not just a mindset. It is a lifestyle. It is the daily commitment to push forward, even when it is hard, even when it hurts, even when quitting seems like the easier path. It is human nature to avoid pain, to shy away from difficulty, and to seek comfort whenever we can. We are wired to look for safety, to protect ourselves from the harshness of struggle. But life does not reward those who chase comfort. Life rewards those who push forward, those who embrace temporary struggles, knowing that the rewards on the other side are far greater than the discomfort they feel today. Every moment of hardship, every challenge that tests your patience, every obstacle that seems insurmountable is fleeting. It will pass. But the consequences of quitting, the choice to abandon your dreams, the decision to settle for less, those consequences last forever. They become a permanent mark on your life story, a reminder of what could have been. Think for a moment about the temporary struggles we all face. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier than usual to work toward a goal, pushing yourself through a grueling workout, or studying late into the night when you would rather be relaxing. These moments are uncomfortable. They demand effort, sacrifice, and resilience. They test your willpower and force you to step outside the comfort of your routines. And yet, these struggles are temporary. They exist only for a short period. The early mornings, the sweat, the exhaustion, they will fade. What remains after that discomfort passes is growth, strength, and a sense of accomplishment that no one can take from you. Every challenge you endure builds your character, shapes your mindset, and prepares you for greater opportunities. Today's struggles are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Now contrast that with quitting. Quitting is forever. When you give up on a dream, when you walk away from a challenge because it feels too hard, you do more than just avoid temporary pain. You rob yourself of potential. Quitting leaves behind a vacuum of regret. It whispers in your mind every day, reminding you of the life you could have had, the achievements you could have reached, and the person you could have become. Regret is not fleeting. It lingers, festers, and grows over time, haunting you in ways that temporary discomfort never could. Every time you quit, you train yourself to believe that you are not capable of overcoming difficulty. You teach your mind that challenges are a threat rather than an opportunity. And the longer you allow quitting to become a habit, the more permanent its consequences become. Life presents us with countless examples of the cost of quitting versus the reward of endurance. Consider the athletes who face injuries, the students who struggle to master difficult subjects, the entrepreneurs who fight to keep their businesses alive, and the artists who face rejection after rejection. Their struggles are real, their challenge is immense. And yet, what separates them from those who give up is not the absence of pain. It is the understanding that pain is temporary, while quitting leaves a permanent scar. Endurance transforms difficulty into triumph. Persistence turns failure into lessons, and struggle into growth. Those who push through discomfort achieve something that cannot be taken away. Those who quit are left with nothing but the echo of what might have been. The truth is, the moment you face difficulty, you have a choice. You can either surrender to the pain, walk away, and accept the lifelong consequences of quitting, or you can embrace the struggle, endure it, and claim the rewards that follow. Most people, when faced with discomfort, choose the easier path. They seek immediate relief. They avoid struggle. They think that by escaping pain, they are protecting themselves. But in reality, they are sacrificing their future for the sake of temporary comfort. The discomfort they fear is brief, but the results of avoiding it last a lifetime. This is why it is so important to understand the difference between temporary pain and permanent consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, temporary struggles are opportunities in disguise. Every challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Every moment of difficulty is a test of your determination, patience, and commitment to your dreams. It is a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. The discomfort you feel today will pass. The stress, the frustration, the exhaustion, they are all fleeting. And on the other side of that struggle is progress, achievement, and the satisfaction of knowing you did not let your circumstances dictate your destiny. Quitting, however, offers no such reward. Quitting offers relief only in the moment, but it leaves a lifelong void. When you quit, you give up not just on a goal, but on your potential. You abandon the future you could have created. You leave behind a story filled with regrets, missed opportunities, and what-ifs that never fade. The memory of quitting lingers far longer than the memory of pain endured. The comfort you gain by avoiding struggle is temporary, but the cost of giving up is permanent. Choosing to quit may feel easier now, but it guarantees a lifetime of wondering what might have been. History is full of people who understood this truth. Think of the countless inventors, writers, athletes, and leaders who faced repeated failures and setbacks. Their struggles were real, and the pain they endured was significant, yet they persisted. They knew that the discomfort of the moment was nothing compared to the lasting fulfillment of achieving their goals. They understood that temporary struggles build the bridge to success, while quitting demolishes it entirely. And so, they endured, and in doing so, they left behind legacies that inspire generations. They teach us that temporary discomfort is not a signal to stop, it is a signal to keep going. The lesson here is clear. Today's pain, today's struggles are temporary. They will pass, fade, and eventually become memories. But the consequences of quitting are permanent. They shape the life you live tomorrow and the person you become forever. Every time you face a challenge, remember this: enduring the struggle, pushing through discomfort, and refusing to quit will bring rewards that outlast the pain you feel. Choosing to quit, no matter how tempting it may seem, carries consequences that last a lifetime. Success, growth, and fulfillment are born from endurance. Regret, emptiness, and lost potential are born from quitting. The choice is yours, and every moment of struggle is an opportunity to choose wisely. When we talk about success, it is easy to imagine it as something that happens overnight, as if the people we admire were simply lucky or born with extraordinary talent. But the truth is far from that. Every success story, every achievement, every milestone reached is built on the foundation of perseverance, the refusal to quit when faced with adversity. The people who inspire us, whose lives we admire, did not reach greatness by taking the easy road. They reached it because they faced setbacks, endured struggles, and continued moving forward when quitting would have been the simpler, more comfortable choice. Their lives are living proof that perseverance, more than talent or luck, determines who achieves their dreams and who does not. Take, for example, Thomas Edison. Many of us know him as the man who invented the light bulb, but few realize the sheer number of failures he endured before reaching success. Edison conducted thousands of experiments that did not work. Each failure could have been a reason to give up, to abandon his vision, and move on to something else. Most people, confronted with that kind of repeated disappointment, would have quit. But Edison refused. He saw failure not as an endpoint but as a stepping stone. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perseverance transformed a series of failures into the light that now illuminates the world. His story reminds us that success does not come to those who quit. It comes to those who persist, no matter how many times they fall. Then there is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her books became a global phenomenon, she faced rejection after rejection. Publishers told her story would not sell, that the world had no interest in her imagination. At a time when many would have given up, she continued to write, continued to believe in herself, and refused to let rejection define her. Her perseverance turned her into one of the most successful authors in history. Today, the characters and stories she created inspire millions of people around the world. Her journey shows us that the path to success is rarely smooth. It is filled with obstacles, naysayers, and moments of doubt. But those who persevere, those who refuse to quit, ultimately leave a legacy that is timeless. Consider also the athletes who have made their mark through sheer determination. Michael Jordan, often regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, was once cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine how easily he could have let that moment define him, how tempting it would have been to quit, to think he was not meant for greatness. But he did not. He practiced harder, trained longer, and committed himself to improving every day. His perseverance transformed initial rejection into ultimate triumph. Jordan's story is a reminder that setbacks are not signs to stop. They are signals to push harder, to dig deeper, and to keep striving toward your goals. The world of entrepreneurship provides countless examples as well. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, faced numerous challenges and failures. He was once ousted from the company he created, a moment that could have broken his spirit entirely. Instead, Jobs persevered. He started new ventures, learned from his failures, and returned to Apple to lead it to become one of the most valuable companies in the world. His story teaches us that even when circumstances seem impossible, perseverance can turn setbacks into opportunities. Those who refuse to quit find ways to transform obstacles into stepping stones. Even in ordinary life, we see examples of perseverance that inspire us. Think of students who continue studying despite repeated failures, parents who sacrifice tirelessly for their children, or individuals who fight illness with determination and courage. These stories may not make headlines, but they reflect the same truth. Perseverance, the refusal to quit, is the engine that drives human achievement. It is the force that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary ones. The lesson here is clear. Success is rarely a matter of luck, privilege, or innate talent. It is a matter of perseverance, the willingness to keep moving forward when the path is difficult, when pain is present, and when every part of you wants to give up. The people we admire, the individuals whose stories inspire us, are not those who avoided struggle. They are those who embraced it. They are those who endured, persisted, and refused to quit, even when the outcome was uncertain. Their lives prove that obstacles are not roadblocks but opportunities for growth, and that the willingness to persevere is the single most important factor in achieving greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, the examples of perseverance around us are endless. Every invention, every work of art, every athletic achievement, every business success, and every personal triumph carries with it a story of someone who refused to give up. These stories are not just inspiring, they are instructional. They teach us that the pain, the struggle, and the challenges we face are not reasons to quit. They are reasons to persist, to push harder, and to trust that every step forward, no matter how difficult, brings us closer to our dreams. The people who succeeded did not have easier circumstances than we do. They simply chose to persevere when it mattered most. They chose action over surrender, courage over comfort, and determination over doubt. So, when you face moments of struggle, remember the stories of those who refuse to quit. Remember Edison in his laboratory, Rowling at her desk, Jordan on the court, Jobs in his ventures. Remember the countless individuals in your own life who persevered quietly and without recognition. Let their perseverance be your guide. Let their refusal to give up remind you that success is not about avoiding pain, it is about enduring it. When you persevere, you align yourself with the countless people in history who have turned temporary struggles into lasting achievement. And in doing so, you claim your own chance to leave a legacy that inspires generations to come.